Okay, how many of us really do play with flowers or even pay flowers any attention anymore? Commonly, we only use flowers when a man messes up and have to get back in good with his girlfriend or his wife, Valentine's Day, or even in a little Dicky case, maybe even Mother's Day. All right, let's get to the list. All right, we'll be covering today TEKS 610A, model and solve one variable, one step inequality that represents the problem. Let's look at our vocabulary words. Today, our vocabulary words are associated with symbols. All of these are inequality symbols or inequality signs. We start out with the less than sign, and the words that are associated with this that we will see in common word problems would be is fewer than, is smaller than, or below. The words that are associated with the inequality sign less than or equal to would be maximum, at most, is not more than, is not greater than. The words that are associated with the greater than or equal to sign would be minimum, at least, is not less than, is not smaller than. The words that are associated with the greater than sign is more than, is larger than, and above. And words that we already are familiar with, the equal sign, which would be is or the same. All right, our word problem of the day. A student needs to collect at least 10 flowers for the science project. The student has already collected 3 flowers. The inequality shown can be used to find n, the number of flowers the student still needs. Let's start off by doing our cube strategy. We're going to annotate. So I'm going to start off by circling important numbers. 10 and 3. Now, I'm going to box in keywords, at least, and flowers. Also, I will box in collected and flowers again. And the last one I will do will be in to represent the number of flowers that we still need. Now we'll underline the question. The inequality shown can be used to find n, the number of flowers students still need. Now, I'm trying to think back, and I can't think right off the top of my head of the directions or instructions that I would need. So I'm going to pull up my cheat sheet and start remembering the instructions of how to solve an inequality. First, step 1, I will have to identify the operation which is occurring in the variable, or with the variable, excuse me. So when I look at this, I have n plus 3 is greater than or equal to 10. My next one, determine the inverse operation of the operation from step 1. Step 3, complete the inverse operation on both sides of the inequality sign. So whatever I do to one side of the inequality sign, I have to do to the other side. Step 4, we want to make sure that the variable is by itself. And step 5, we want to replace the value for the variable and solve the inequality to see if it is true. Let's go. Okay, so here we have step 1. Let's look at the problem and see if we can identify what operation is going on. So we have n plus 3. So the only mathematical operation that we have going on is addition. Now, to determine the inverse of addition, we just simply think, what is the opposite of adding? Subtraction, yes. Now, I want to do the inverse to both sides. That means I want to subtract 3 from both sides. When I subtract 3 from both sides, I should be able to isolate my variable. And when I isolate my variable, n is greater than or equal to 7. Once again, n is greater than or equal to 7. So 7 plus 3 would equal 10, which is equal to or greater than 10. This answer would be true. Okay, but what does that look like? I still can't quite comprehend it. So let's look at it on the number line. Now we know that if our answer choice is an inequality, but it is equal to, then it's going to be a closed circle. And we know that our value is equal to 7. Now, it is an inequality, so which direction are we going to go to? Well, when we read it, it's basically telling us 7 plus 3 is greater than or equal to 10. So we're going to draw an arrow going greater than 10. I hope that this can help you more visualize and get a better conceptualization of what we're trying to do with this lesson. Now, the last step, and it's our favorite part of the lesson. Let's find out which one is the correct answer. Now, when I look at F would have been if we did not use the inverse operation and got 13. Plus the inequality sign is showing that n is less than 13, less than or equal to 13. F would be incorrect. It would be false. It would not represent this inequality. G also, just looking at 13, I would go ahead and eliminate G right off the bat. H looks very familiar. The only thing about H is stating that n is less than or equal to 7. And our inequalities shows us that n is going to be greater than or equal to 7. Your answer should have been J. All right, y'all. Thank you. Enjoy the lesson. I hope I didn't talk too long. I'm trying to get a little faster on these lessons. Move on to the next part. I'll see you at the We Do. Have a good day.